Welcome to After Injuries, the podcast where we help you navigate chiropractic care when accidents, injuries, or chronic pain disrupt your life. I'm Tom, the producer, and today we're talking about something that affects every single person listening: how you actually find a chiropractor when you need one. It's a new day. Whether you're dealing with whiplash from a car accident, a pulled muscle from weekend warrior syndrome, or chronic back pain that finally broke you, the way you search for help has completely changed. AI is now answering your questions before you ever click a link. Google is giving you summaries. ChatGPT is recommending providers, and the chiropractors who understand this shift, the ones showing up with real answers to your real questions, are the ones you're going to find. For chiropractors listening, this episode breaks down the new patient journey across multiple injury types and urgency levels. If you run a practice, especially a multi-location office, and you want to be the name that shows up when someone in your areas search chiropractor after car accident or best sports injury chiropractor near me, stick around to the end. We're launching a Media Mogul pilot program in partnership with Journeo.com and Visible.info, the same guys that get personal injury attorneys found for these exact same cases. It's a short-run podcast series designed to position your practice as the chiropractic authority in your geography. But first, let's talk about patients. So let's start with part one, the AI search revolution. What happens before anyone clicks? Let's start with what's actually happening when someone searches for chiropractic help today. 5 years ago, you'd type chiropractor near me into Google, see 10 blue links, and start clicking. Today, Google gives you an AI-generated summary at the top. ChatGPT gives you a full answer with provider recommendations. Perplexity shows you synthesized results from multiple sources, and most people never scroll past that first answer. This is what we call the zero-click world. The search engine answered the question. The user got what they needed. They didn't click anything. So here's the question. If you or someone in your city searches, what should I do after a car accident if my neck hurts? Whose name shows up in that AI summary? Which chiropractor gets mentioned as the go-to for whiplash recovery? Which practice gets cited as experienced with personal injury cases and insurance coordination? Because here's the reality. The chiropractor who shows up in the AI answer gets the patient. Everyone else is invisible. And the practices that show up aren't just the ones with the best Google Ads budget. They're the ones demonstrating nuanced, topic-specific authority that AI systems recognize as credible, experienced, and relevant to the exact question, injury, or case at hand. Let's break down how different patient journeys look and what makes someone choose one chiropractor over another when they're hurt. Section 2. Car accident injuries, the high-stakes, high-urgency journey. Car accident victims are in a completely different situation than someone with a stiff back from gardening. The urgency is higher. The legal stakes are real. Insurance is involved, and the questions are specific. Here's what someone who just got rear-ended at a stoplight is searching. How long after an accident should I see a chiropractor? Will my car insurance cover chiropractic treatment? Chiropractor that works with personal injury lawyers near me. Whiplash treatment, San Diego, Naples, Chicago, LA. Notice the specificity. They're not searching chiropractor near me. They're searching for someone who understands their exact situation or your exact situation. Someone who knows how to document injuries for insurance claims. Someone who's worked with personal injury attorneys before. Someone who won't make them pay out of pocket when liability is still being sorted out. And here's where it gets state-specific. A car accident victim in Florida has different insurance concerns than someone in New Jersey or Texas. Florida is a no-fault state. New Jersey has a PIP coverage. Texas is at fault. The chiropractor who can speak to your state's insurance process is the one you're going to trust. So when AI pulls an answer for chiropractor after car accident in Miami, it's looking for content that demonstrates experience with Florida no-fault claims, PIP billing, and coordination with personal injury attorneys. The practice that's published answers to those exact questions in blog posts, podcast episodes, video content, well, that's the one that gets cited, whether it's an attorney or a chiropractor. This is a high-intent, high-value patient. They're not shopping on price, they're shopping on who has done this before and won't mess up my insurance claim. Section 3. Everyday injuries, weekend warriors, and chronic pain seekers. Now let's reach out to the other end of the spectrum, the person who tweaked their back moving furniture, or the weekend athlete who pulled something during pickup basketball, the desk worker whose neck pain finally got unbearable. Their searches look entirely different. Chiropractor for lower back pain near me. Chiropractor for sports injuries, St. Louis. Do I need a referral to see a chiropractor? Chiropractor versus physical therapist for back pain. These patients have a lower urgency but higher shopping behavior. They're reading reviews. They're comparing prices. They're looking at photos of the office. They want to know, is this going to hurt? How many visits will I need? Can I get this in a week? Here's what makes them choose: relatability and clarity. If your content answers, I threw my back out lifting weights, what should I do in the first 24 hours? And it answers in plain language and it shows up in the AI summary, you just earned trust in that zero-click world we talked about in the first couple minutes. And if your FAQ says, first visit is $85, most insurance accepted, we can see you same day, you removed friction. And again, you answered questions clearly. The chiropractor who demonstrates they've treated this exact scenario dozens of times is the one that converts the searcher into a patient. Section 4. Seasonal injury trends when search volume spikes. Chiropractic search behavior isn't consistent year-round. Not surprisingly, it follows seasonal patterns. Spring and summer, sports injury searches spike. Chiropractor for running injuries, or treatment for tennis elbow, or how to recover from a pulled hamstring. In fall, back to school means parents searching chiropractor for kids' sports injuries and concussion protocol chiropractor. Winter, holiday travel means more car accidents, searches for whiplash treatment and chiropractor after car accident jump in November and December. Plus, people are hitting deductibles and using up FSA and HSA balances before year end. And the year-round but cyclical services include workplace injuries tied to construction, warehouse work, manual labor. Searches spike Monday through Wednesday as people realize the weekend rest didn't fix it. The chiropractors who publish content ahead of these trends, posting in March about preventing running injuries, videos in October about youth sports concussion protocols, podcast series in November about what to do after a fender bender. Those will be the ones AI systems surface when that search volume hits. Seasonal content isn't just marketing, it's predictive authority. It's the right chiropractor answering the right question at the right time when you're injured. Section 5. The shopping experience. What makes one chiropractor stand out to me? Let's get honest about what it feels like to search for a chiropractor when you're in pain, scared, or confused. You're reading reviews. You're looking at Google Map pins. You're comparing office photos. You're judging based on how recently they responded to a review. You're asking, does this person actually know what they're doing, or are they just good at SEO? Here's what builds trust in the first 30 seconds of research. Specificity in their content. If their website says, we treat back pain, neck pain, and sports injuries, that's generic. If it says, we specialize in whiplash recovery for car accident victims and coordinate with personal injury attorneys to ensure your treatment is documented for insurance claims, that is specific. You know they've done this before. And proof that they treat people like you. Testimonials that say, Dr. Smith helped me after my car accident are okay. Case studies that say, here's how we helped a patient recover from a T-bone collision, manage their PIP claim, and return to work in 8 weeks. That's proof. Then answers to your exact question. If you search, how long does whiplash take to heal? And the content that answers you is titled Whiplash Recovery Timeline, What to Expect in Weeks 1 through 12, and that surfaces in the AI summaries, you just found your chiropractor. And finally, evidence that these chiropractors are active and current. A podcast episode from last month about new insurance billing changes in your state signals this practice is on top of things. A blog post from 2019 signals this website is abandoned. So chiropractors who are publishing regular topic-specific content, podcast episodes, then a myriad of podcast highlight clips that feed their social media, associated content, blog posts, articles, FAQs, they're not just ranking better, they're building trust faster because patients can hear them explain things, see their examples, and know that there's proof behind them. They're building trust faster because patients can hear them explain things, see their expertise, and feel confident before they ever pick up the phone. Section 6. Authority at the subtopic level. Why specificity wins. Here's where most chiropractors lose the patient in this AI game. They try and rank for everything, so they rank for nothing. We treat back pain. Okay, so does literally every chiropractor in your city. Or, we treat sports injuries. Still way too broad. What sport? What injury? What level of athlete? But we treat rotator cuff injuries in tennis players and coordinate with sports medicine doctors for surgical consult when conservative care isn't enough now. That's the authority. AI systems don't reward generic expertise. They reward subtopic level depth. If someone searches chiropractor for pickleball injuries in Austin, the AI is looking for content that mentions pickleball, the sport, common pickleball injuries, shoulder strains, ankle sprains, elbow tendonitis. Or Austin, obviously, the geography. Treatment protocols specific to those injuries mentioned, maybe even return to play time. And the practice that puts out a blog post or A podcast series on the top 5 pickleball injuries we treat in Austin and how to prevent them? Get cited. Everyone else is invisible. This is how you win in the zero-click world. You go narrow and deep on the topics your ideal patients are actually searching. You create content that answers their exact question in their exact language. And if you're a multi-location practice, you have to multiply this across geographies. The same depth in Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, each location becomes the local authority for its specific injury types and patient demographics. Section 7. The zero-click world. How AI surfaces the right answer. So how does AI actually decide which chiropractor they're going to mention? Well, it's not magic. It's EEAT. Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Google's algorithms and the AI systems built on top of them are looking for signals that you're the real deal. Experience. Have you actually treated this condition? Do you publish case studies, patient outcomes, treatment protocols? Expertise. Do you explain things at a level that shows deep knowledge? Can you discuss insurance billing, state regulations, contraindications, when to refer out? Authoritativeness. Are you cited by other credible sources? Do other professionals, PTs, orthopedists, personal injury attorneys mention you? And trustworthiness. Are your claims accurate? Do you avoid overpromising? Do you have consistent positive reviews? The chiropractors who publish regular, in-depth content across multiple formats, podcast episodes, blog posts, social, video and video clips, FAQs, are building an EEAT-based authority profile that AI systems recognize. And here's the kicker. In a zero-click world, you don't need to visit your chiropractor's website. You just need an answer. Because when ChatGPT tells me, for whiplash treatment in Fort Myers, Dr. Johnson at Bayshore Chiropractic specializes in car accident injuries and works with personal injury attorneys. If that's the answer, I'm calling Dr. Johnson, and I didn't click on anything. AI gave me the answer, and that's the new game. So here's our frequently asked questions about finding chiropractic care. So do I need a referral to see a chiropractor? And in most states, no. Chiropractors are portal of entry providers, meaning you can see them without a referral. Check your insurance plan to confirm. Will my insurance cover chiropractic care? And the answer is most health insurance plans cover chiropractic with a copay, but coverage limits vary. Car insurance, PIP, MedPay, often covers chiropractic after accidents. Again, call your provider to verify. And the question is, how do I know if a chiropractor is good? Well, look for specificity in their content. Specific and positive reviews mentioning your injury type. Evidence they've worked with your insurance or legal situation, and recent activity, blog posts, podcast episodes, video clips on social, reviews on Google. And what's the difference between a chiropractor and a physical therapist? Chiropractors focus on spinal adjustments and joint manipulation. Physical therapists focus on movement, strengthening, and rehabilitation exercises. Many injuries benefit from both. And how many visits will I need with a chiropractor? And the answer is it depends on your injury. Acute injuries like car accidents and sports strains might need 6 to 12 visits over 4 to 8 weeks, or more, or less. Chronic pain might need ongoing maintenance care. A good chiropractor will give you a treatment plan on day one. Section 9, more resources and next steps. If you're a patient looking for chiropractic care, here's some great resources. The American Chiropractic Association at acatoday.org. You can find a chiropractor by location and specialty. Your state's chiropractic board. You can verify licenses and check for disciplinary actions. Insurance provider directories. Confirm who's in your network. And Google business profile reviews, as mentioned above. Read recent reviews that mention injuries similar to yours. And if you're a chiropractor listening, especially if you're in a multi-location practice, here's your next step. We're launching this Media Mogul Authority pilot program in partnership with Jornio.com and Visible.info. These are the same teams that get personal injury attorneys found for car accident cases, workers' comp claims, and slip and fall litigations. Now we're bringing that same EEAT, optimization, and local authority strategy to chiropractic practices. Here's how it works. You record a short-run podcast series, 4 episodes, covering an injury type, patient questions, and geographic topics that matter to your practice. We handle production, distribution, social media clips, and transcript optimization for AI inclusion. Your episode becomes the content that helps position you as the chiropractic authority in your market, showing up in AI summaries or higher in Google business results, and in the zero-click answers that your future patients are seeing on the topics in which you're focused. If you want a 20-minute walkthrough of this program and how it works for Season 1 of After Injuries, you can email sales@jornio.com. That's JORNIO.com. Or you can go to afterinjuries.com and contact us through our website. Thanks for listening. I'm Tom, the producer. This is After Injuries podcast, where real chiropractors will meet real scenarios. See you next episode.